Time to wrap it up, folks. We had another good day of trading. Not perfect, but all said and done, pretty good. Caught the direction, caught the context and the setting for the markets, so especially our major markets. So we'll wrap up this week and get ready for next week. I think the main focus over the weekend will be what happens in Iraq. And the United States has politely told them no. There are stories of several hundred contractors being surrounded and having to fight their way or to hold the militants at bay, but hard to know the fog of war, the confusion that goes. So we spilled from 40. We had talked about this 25 area as being an area that could hold. Got down to 18. We talked about 14, 50, and then this 1900, 1904, right down here. And that the market needs to retest these to confirm the breakout. So the market is set to trade higher. I don't think anybody doubts that the Dow is going to hit 17,000 before the end of June, and that the June contracts will close at an even higher level than they did in May. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm just saying that's the expectation. So we haven't seen a lot of selling. We get traders selling. We get probing by large institutions. What we don't get is that second day. So yesterday we had really heavy selling, and today we've got consolidation. So here we are. Said 32 is the key number on the upside. If we can stay below 32, this market will sell. Actually, we could get up to 40, and it wouldn't change things. So we'll see how it plays out. Next week is options expiration for the E-mini, and that'll tend to bring stabilization. We'll take a look at those numbers as we get closer to them. So right now we have an inside day that favors trading range for Monday. I think you can get off shorts and longs with a little bit of patience. Now, does the F2 screen agree with the F1 screen? The F1 screen says trading range, and the F2 screen's a fairly strong P. And all day long we've been talking about the market closing in the 25, 26 area. We're currently at 28.50. So if we don't make new intraday highs, I'm guessing the close at 26. If we break it out, we broke out. Right here is kind of this key level for us. So we've got 35, we've got 32. God, mouse, help me, please. So there's where resistance is right now, and we'll see if that holds up. So if the market were to close right here at 28.50, we're going to be selling 30.32 S1. Failure to get through 32, and then 35 to 37. On the buy side, I think failure to get through the 30-32 area will set up a retest of 20. So we'll make 20 plus or minus for buy 1, and then 15 plus or minus for buy 2. Lots of news on Monday. We've got Empire Manufacturing, net long-term capital flows, industrial production capacity utilization, and NAHB housing market index. The focus will be industrial production and Empire Manufacturing and what has happened in Iraq. Iraq, or as they'd say in Tennessee, Iraq. Or parts of Tennessee. My wife would say only in the uneducated part of the state, which is where I was brought up. Okay, looking at the note, this morning on the note, we wanted to buy 1s to 5s. The low is 30.5. We started out wanting to sell failure to take out 16. We lowered it to 8 to 12. So in any event, we thought that the market, no matter what, would close above 124.03, and it did. Got an inside day. That tends to yield the trading range. It'll be news driven on Monday, Empire Manufacturing and the industrial production numbers. I haven't seen what they're estimated to be. So because it's an inside day, this one favors a trading range. And that's the way we'll leave it for right now. The Iraqi news didn't bring in buying this morning in the note. Auction dynamics did. Weakness in the E-mini brought in buying, but gathering strength in the E-mini late in the session did not bring in selling. So something that, as usual, something's got to give. The bond players are right or the equity players are right. They've separated. They don't both trade up lockstep or trade down lockstep. They tend to trade opposite of each other most of the time. So we've just made new highs right here for the day. We've got ourselves a P, but volume is low. So selling failure to take out 12 to 16 is the easiest trade to see. And then we'll get started with volume right here, buying 1s to 5s for the Globex session. We will adjust it come Monday. Okay, looking quickly at the bond, the knob spread came in today. We definitely have a P. They traded lockstep, but there were some profits taken after Thursday's strong close. And the easiest trade here to see is going to be sell failure to take out 36 to 04. Okay, because of the knob spread, we'll open the buy up a little bit. We'll make it 13 to 17. But if the fighting escalates in Iraq, maybe 21s to get in, don't know. I'm counting on a little help from the knob spread. If the knob spread does not weaken in London, then we're going to have to pay up to get in. Gold was very quiet today. Ukraine and Russia's negotiation on the price for natural gas stopped. The new deadline is Monday. That may or may not hold. It could be a last-minute deal to keep the talks going. But I think gold is pointed higher until we see what the fallout from Iraq is. India, China, big consumers. India, it's no longer a crime to smuggle gold into the country. So that's helped demand quite a bit. Not that India wasn't buying all they could get their hands on. So we got this low volume number up at 78. It is resistance, so because we've held and volume's higher, we'll make 79.81, sell 1. Maybe a little higher than 84.86, sell 2. On the buy side, 70, 72. And then 65, 67. Okay, looking at crude, I don't think anybody's going to sell crude because of what's going on in Iraq, so I sure would not go home short unless I had the ability to deliver in. So we got resistance at 107 to 107.70. That'll make it 107 and a quarter. And we got support 106 and a quarter. So we got a 106 minus and a quarter minus, 107 and a quarter plus. So we'll play it that way. Sell 25 to 50 S1. And then 75 to the buck S2. On the buy side, 25 to 50. And then 75 to the buck. And that's it for crude. And last, the euro. My guess is the euro is probably on hold because of Iraq. A little higher, a little lower. Longer term trend is down. The problem with the negotiations for gas between the Ukraine and Russia is all of Europe's pipelines go through the Ukraine. So they will be watching what goes on between the Ukraine and Russia with the Monday deadline. And if it doesn't go through and the gas lines are threatened, euro will be lower. If it does go through and the gas lines are not threatened, back to Iraq and the flow of oil to Europe. None of these situations are particularly good for the euro. So I think we'll just leave it where we got it. We're going to sell failure at 50 plus or minus, and then at 75 plus or minus. And on the buy side, we'll make it 5 to 15. And then 85 to 95. Don't look for a lot of action in this. That's all I have, folks. You have yourself a great weekend. It's been a long week for me. As soon as I get the recording done and posted, I will put it into the room. And in the meantime, y'all have a great weekend, and I'll see you bright and early Monday morning, 6:45 a.m. Central Time. I'm out of here.